watching Movie Guide. I'm Evie Bear Carroll, and we're here with Ryan Dobson. You got a lot going on.
A little bit.
I want to hear about the podcast.
Definitely. My wife and I founded Rebel Parenting to try to get parents back involved in their marriage and with their kids. We've been going 2 years. We do it 3 times a week. It's totally unfiltered. Don't watch it with your kids.
Okay.
Listen, you've got a dad in the industry, so you understand this stuff. Our kids went to school for the first time this year. It's a hybrid. They only go 3 days a week.
Yeah.
We're doing live Facebook, and we talk about addiction and infidelity and pornography and being together but alone in your marriage. We talk about real stuff. In the middle of a show, Facebook Live chats going on, and we get this, oh, hey, it's Mrs. So-and-so. I'm here with Lucy at school. We love your show. And I was like, not my 7-year-old. I can't talk to her about these things yet. And my wife, who's so gracious, was down at the school, and she was like, oh, my goodness, thank you for listening. We feel so special. And never let our daughter watch.
Yeah.
That's what my parents got, right?
Yeah.
Like, who knew I would be back in that spot again?
Yeah.
But, we deal with so much crazy stuff, and I didn't know that my dad got censored on the radio. Like, there's some stations that don't believe in counseling and therapy, so if he talks about going to counseling, they'll pull the program. And some stations won't play things about abuse, or they won't play about alcoholism, or they won't talk about porn, or they won't talk about drug addiction.
Yeah.
And they get pulled off, and my wife and I were like, but marriages are falling apart.
Yeah.
We have to talk about this. And so I talked to my parents, and it was hard. I love working with my dad. He's so much fun. But he was like, I get it. I understand. If you got to talk about it, you got to talk about it. Do your thing. And who sends us a podcast? Right? Like, iTunes couldn't care less what we talk about. Like, they think we're tame compared to the stuff that's out there. And so we do real stuff with real parents all the time.
No, I love that because I have a 1.5-year-old. So I'm like, everything I read now or listen to is about how to be a good parent or whatever. And now it's navigating this culture that's so, there's so much going on.
Yeah.
So I love that you guys are going with the, the tough subjects. Are you bringing what's the structure of the show?
So we do 4 podcasts. Rebel Parenting is marriage and parenting. We bring guests on, and we get crazy smart. Sometimes I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm so dumb. Like, you should be doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing this? You should be doing this. But they're so nice and they're so wise. And just anything that transforms us, we try to pass on to other parents. And it's not about putting more on your plate. It's just about trying a little bit more each day. And then my wife and our producer do Moms on the Mic, all moms issues.
I love it.
I'm like,
I love it.
You talk about the.
You don't want to even hear. You don't even.
I do Rebel Dad's podcast. This is my big get. Bruce Buffer, the UFC announcer that does all the fight announcements, did my intro.
Oh,
He's like, and now in the red corner, and he introduces me, and I'm just like, yay! And then Laura and I together, we do the Stories We Will Tell, and it's an unfiltered look at our marriage from the day we met until today, 30 minutes each week.
Wow.
It's our way to tell parents, like, you got to slow down, like, give yourself a break. Like, we were talking about having a young child. In the first 2 years of your kid's life, parents on average lose 25% of their sleep. 6 months of your sleep is gone in the first 2 years of your child's life. And so when you feel extra irritable or your rough edges are showing even more, you're just exhausted.
Yeah.
That's all that is. You're exhausted. And that season will pass. You'll get through it. And so just try to show a little bit more grace knowing that your spouse is exhausted, you're exhausted. Like, my son was colicky.
Yeah.
This is how dumb we were. We were that couple that was like, well, the first time he cries, you'll get up. And then the next time he cries, I'll get up.
Yeah.
And then we'll just switch off and it'll be perfect. And 3 days into colic, we were just like, it's sleeping. You get up, please. I just need some sleep.
Yeah.
So our crazy solution, for 7 months of his colic, I stayed up every night from 7 at night till 6 in the morning. I stayed up all night long. I played video games the whole time. And I would swaddle him, feed him, put him in the vibrating chair. I would rock the chair with my foot, play video games. If he had to take for a drive, I took him for a drive. But it allowed us to get sleep. I mean, I slept from 6 in the morning till like 1 in the afternoon, 2.
Yeah.
My wife would take care of, baby Lincoln. It just gave us just a little. It's the only time in my adult life that you tell people you play video games all night. They go, oh, that's awesome. And you're like, really?
Or the only time your wife is saying that's okay, right?
Yeah, she loved that I stayed up all night long. Like, when I had to travel to speak, she's like, oh my goodness, how do you do it? I'm like, how do you do it? Like, you do the same thing I do, just during the day.
So where can audiences find that podcast?
Oh, rebelparenting.org. iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever podcasts are found, 3 days a week. We love it.
I'm so excited.
I can't believe I get to do this as a job.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I went from working with my dad, I learned everything I could learn from him. I mean, he's done like 8,000 broadcasts.
Yeah.
So he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
So it was so fun working with him. And then here's the truth. Like, I can tell you this because you're married and you get it. Laura had never been on the radio. She'd never been interviewed before.
Yeah.
And then she's hosting a podcast with me, right?
Yeah.
I've been doing this forever.
Yeah. It's no big deal for you.
So we did some trial podcasts. Like, we would fake podcasts just to get the thing. We would get into fights. She would storm out of the room in the middle of a show, and I'm like, wait, this is what our job is. Like, you can't, like, what if we do a guest, you know? And it was me, totally. Like, I was, super hard on her, and I just assumed she gleaned all this information from me doing it as my job. And she's the most brilliant interviewer. This is what Laura does for the show. This is what we get all the time. I've never said this in public before, but I'm going to tell you. And I look at my wife, I'm like, oh, that's because of you.
Yeah.
Like, they like you. They never do that with me by myself, but if she's there, she's so non-judgmental. She's so full of grace. She's got pink hair, like, she's beautiful. Like, people are just like, we love you. I'm like, oh, that's just the best.
But you're a great team. You're a great team.
Well, we like doing it.
And then you guys have great stuff coming out on VidAngel.
Oh, my goodness.
Talk about that.
VidAngel, like, I watch Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime, and I totally want to watch it with my 12-year-old son. But, like, they dropped the F-bomb, like,
Right.
for real. And there's some serious violent stuff in there. I can't watch that with my kid.
Yeah.
Like, it would totally traumatize him. We throw it up on VidAngel. I pull out the gore, I pull out extreme violence, I drop the curse words out of it, and then we watch Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't want to do that? Well, like, you can watch Game of Thrones with your spouse and not have
Anything.
nudity. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to see that. You don't want to, like, watch all the... Like, that's some... You just sweep that out of there. Like, it's so cool. I did a film series with my dad. We remastered 3 of his original OG, old school, 1979, wide lapel, huge tie, massive glasses, sideburns James Dobson. Remastered 3 of his original Focus on the Family film series. He did 4 brand new ones. I did one. And then Dallas Jenkins flies out. He produced The Chosen, films that, and he's doing our little thing, right? Like, Dallas is there, filmed all this brand new content, and the Harmons and Neil.
I love it.
Put it up on VidAngel because they said, we don't want to just create the next thing for your family to binge on. We want things that are good for your family. And they were like, James Dobson's good for your family. And they liked my video. They kept mine in, which is so nice. I was so thrilled. And they're playing on VidAngel. How cool is that?
That's amazing. So when is that coming out? Or
It's
people
out
can
right
already
now,
see it?
Right
okay,
now. If
cool.
you're on VidAngel, you get all of it. And you get The Chosen, like Dry Bar Comedy, The Chosen, Amazon Prime, Amazon Prime, Netflix, HBO Go. You can filter all the stuff out of that and their own original content.
Yeah.
VidAngel.
It's amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Evie. It's so good talking to you.
You too.
It's not just where the coffee is grown or where it's roasted. It's not just where community coffee is made that makes it special. It's the people who make it. 4 generations with a passion for making each rich, premium cup better than the last. For our customers and our communities, together we make it community.